Hi, this is Rori with part 3 of how my husband went from I'm not ready to let's get married, and how I managed to stay sane during that entire time and not push him away. And all of this happened when I had nothing to do in my mind with what feminine energy was. I had always been a pusher and shover and a very, very, very serious approval seeker and people pleaser. And how, it was devastating when he said he wasn't ready. And I thought it was a proposal coming. But this is what I did and what I teach, which is the modern siren has to understand and believe. And you just have to go, he is not the end all of my life. He is not. He may be the only man I'm dating right now. I may have committed to him before he committed to me. I may have spent the last 10 years with him, or the last 3 years with him, or the last 6 months with him. I hope not, but that happens. And you may have just found me and been in this situation. So the idea is what you want is a partnership, a life partnership, somebody you can love and who will love you, someone who would be in your life in a way that makes you feel good and solid and cared for and loved, and who will talk about things with you so that you don't end up arguing. A man who can build a relationship with you, be in a relationship. He doesn't have to be brilliant at the relationship, but at least he has to be open and be able to talk and hear. And you can have a lot of influence in so many of these other videos you're going to see in how he grows up like that. But you have to see not just his potential, but see that he's actually behaving this way, that he can hear you, he can talk about difficult things. His ego is not so low or so high that he can't really be with you where you are and hear you and care for you. So this is the emotional punch that really makes all the difference. And I'm really getting into what I'm calling the feminine hero's journey. And it's not like I would be making it up from scratch. So there's been a lot of work on this that I have been researching. But the feminine heroine's journey is kind of what it would have been called. I would call it the feminine hero's journey, so that we can include all your masculine energy in with your feminine energy. And where you are likely starting from, if you're seeing me here for the first time, is you're in your masculine energy. We've just been taught to do that, and that's where you're starting. So this is a journey into your feminine energy, which feels really crazy and silly to start with. It's about being vulnerable, even if you don't know if you trust him. I'm going to say that again. Being vulnerable and open, even if you're not sure you trust him. That being vulnerable and being open and showing your real self is not affected by the people around you or who you think he is. That is your natural state as a woman. So that is basically the thrust of all of my work and of this little video here. So when you are with a man and he is acting, I'm not ready, the assumption you would want to make is, oh, he doesn't love me, it's not going to happen, oh, he's foolish. There's a million things that you could come up with, that you've done something wrong, there's something wrong with him, you're judging the situation, you're trying to fix it. So don't do that. Instead, just go, how can I be more in my open, vulnerable, loving, wanting, feminine energy? How can I be in the power of my feminine energy that includes a lot of self-love that the other part that's trying in masculine energy does not include? So we want this whole package of the feminine energy power to start to really feed into your whole life. So what you would do is, if he's with you and he's not committing, or he's vacillating, or he's not behaving in the way you want by spending time elsewhere instead of with you, instead of following him kind of emotionally and trying to figure out what's going on and judging and getting angry and then stepping back out of a feeling of wanting to disconnect and let him see how he misses you. Just don't do any of that. Instead, I want you to look at the possibility, are you pushing him away? Are you terrifying him with your expectations, his little self inside? You know, not all men are healed. Most are wounded on some level, and you're going to deal with stuff. So are you terrifying him and pushing him away? Are you pushing him away with your wanting energy in a masculinized sense, where you are literally telling him what to do? And most men, most of us, cannot bear being told what to do. So is any of that happening? Are you saying, why are you doing this? Are you asking him why he would do that? Are you telling him it was wrong? Are you doing anything that is in any way controlling him, trying to control him, wanting to control him, talking about disappointment and a complaint that you may say sweetly, but it's a complaint about his behavior? Just stop all that. And I'm not asking you to be just this little thing. I'm asking you to circular date. I'm asking you to go out in the world. I'm asking you to step away from focusing on him at all. Zero. And I want you to speak to him instead from your heart, which is, wow, I felt really lonely. I couldn't believe how lonely I felt. And, you know, it's so great to see you. Oh, you look so sexy. Your normal conversation, your normal words should be, wow, you're so handsome. Wow, you sexy guy. Oh, I love the way you did that. That was amazing what you just did. Thank you for doing that. Wow, what a great thing you did at work. I really hear you. I trust you. You're amazing at this. That should be your normal dialogue. That should just be the way you talk to a man. It sounds like crazy, right? That should just be your normal self. Always supporting him, always telling him how great he is, always feeding his ego, stroking him. But it's not fake. Why would you want to be with a man who wasn't amazing? So you want to always share that. To get more relationship advice, check out this video next.